How to use a dog training collar. Dog training collars can be invaluable tools that you may utilize to help shape the behavior of your dogs. There are just some pups that are hard to train, that we need special devices to assist us to help out. Pets get bad behaviors out of their system, behaviors that would then otherwise be dangerous for their health, security, and overall well-being. A lot of experts and dog owners nowadays are turning to dog training collars for assistance, and good reason. They are affordable, reliable, and versatile means to communicate with your beloved pups. Get to know the dog training collar. There are multiple types of dog training collars. There are the traditional or manual types of dog training collars, and the newer electronic dog training collars. Furthermore, those traditional and electronic dog training collars are divided into multiple varieties. Learning which one is best for your situation, dog's temperament, needs, and program helps a lot in ensuring the effectiveness of the whole process. Some examples of what you may call mechanical dog training collars are pinch collars, choke collars, martingale collars, and gentle leader and walk harness collars. These collars are pretty much designed to adapt to your dog's physical movements to then apply unique mechanisms as bad behavior deterrence. Training tips. Number 1. You're going to have to make sure to fit the dog training collar properly. With any dog training collar that you choose to use, the very first thing that you need to make sure, and we emphasize this firmly, is that you need to make sure it is fitted properly or it's the right size for your pet dog. Why? Well, for one, the collar's stimulation modes or mechanism won't work as expected if it doesn't fit right to begin with. Whatever contraption it's got or stimulants it's got on board will neither deliver the right deterrent when it's too loose, and your dog will just flat out ignore it, or if it's too tight, the intensity level will be too much, or the mechanism for choke collars will impede their breathing that it will just scare them, and then your entire program is ruined. This is where dogs get hurt emotionally and physically due to poor experience with the collar. And it's not because of the collar, it's because of poor administration. Number 2. Find your dog's recognition level. When it comes to using shock collars, in particular, you're going to have to find your dog's recognition level to stimulus early on in the program or training. Usually, a dog training collar will come with varying levels of stimulus and modes. You'll have a spray mode, tone beat mode, vibrate mode, and then static shock stimulation mode. Some dog training collars will either have all or just a few of these modes, and comes with boosted modes on top of that. It doesn't really mean that you're going to have to use them all, but you're going to have to introduce the stimulants to your dog little by little. It's best to start from the least intense to the most intense stimulus, but don't be subtle enough with your adjustments that your dog will just flat or ignore everything in the long run. Make sure to exhaust spray, tone, and vibrations modes before you move forward with static shock and boosted shock levels. Number 3. How do you know if it's working? Well, observe and listen to your dog's behavior. Any change in behavior every time you apply a stimulus should be taken into consideration. Do they stop their usual movement? Do they listen to you more? Do they lick their lips or blink their eyes? These are the subtle signs you should watch out for. Teach the basic commands as you buzz in a stimulus, and see if they follow. Sit, come, stay, and heel commands are just a few. And remember, the key here is to be consistent. If you're not hiring a professional trainer and just train at home, then be sure to inform everyone living in the household what you're going through with your dog, or else your program will just be ruined. Also, please know when it's time to ask for the help of experts if your dog is not showing any signs of improvement or if your regimen ain't working. Number 4. What are behaviors best to correct with dog training collars? Dog training collars are useful to a lot of undesirable dog behaviors, from petty to really difficult to deal with. Excessive barking, tugging you too much when going out for a walk, not listening to you when they are off the leash, and just chasing anything or anyone around, and wandering off the property are just a few of many dog problems that these valuable devices can help with. Knowing when to get help or which device to utilize for the welfare of your dog would prove to be beneficial for their behavior and your relationship with them in the long run. It's better to be strict and firm with them early on while they are still young than to suffer the consequences of bad behavior later on if they become too stubborn for their own good. So get help from trainers and experts, and most of all, take advantage of technology. Start with a dog training collar that would fit best your dog's temperament.